I gotta go see what's up with this journey. Alright. Let's do iRobot after 46 minutes. iRobot after 46 minutes. So, once, wait, what was up? I'm trying to figure out what happened right before that part. The whole, yeah, the bar scene. So then it gets to, um, he pulls up into like this gate, and then from the gate opens up, and then he drives in. It's like this mansion, it's a mansion, right? Now, in front of the mansion, he sees a robot. So he goes up to it, puts a little scan thing, and basically, the robot is a demolition robot. Okay, it's a demolition robot. The demolition is scheduled for 8 a.m. the next day. The demolition is scheduled for 8 a.m. the next day. So, um, who owns the robot? I think he says like deed owner or something like that. And of course, Robert, no, he has a common name. I forget. Well, I don't know why I'm forgetting his name. But the rich guy, the rich robot guy, he has a Robert. His name is like Robert or something. It's like Robert something or something Roberts. It's a common name. It's not a hard name. I gotta remember that. But the rich guy, the rich robot guy, is the one who owns this demolition robot, and the demolition robot is in front of a house. So he goes to the front door, and he scans this card again, and it says, "Welcome, Detective Spooner," and it's Alfred Lanning's house. So he goes now. So basically, that's what it is. So basically, once you kind of like go through this little part, now it's okay saying that, what is it? He gets to the house. It's a demolition robot, and then it's like, oh, well, the demolition robot is about to destroy Alfred Lanning's house the very next morning, right? That's what it's set to do. And so he gets in, and he's walking through the house, and he's like, okay, what are you looking for? Now, my only thing is, like, I'm not sure, like, what to look for, this and the third, but, like, he's moving kind of sort of, like, not slowly, but he's just walking through. So he's, like, walking through the house. He's like, what are you looking for, Spooner? What are you looking for? So he goes upstairs. And when he goes upstairs, he sits down, and then he opens a book, and he looks at the little thing, and he's like, run last program. So he tells like the computer or whatever to run whatever was the last thing running. He's like, run last program. So he does that. And so I think it's a speech from Alfred Lanning talking about the robot having ghosts, and something about like with the programs and stuff like that, there can be like, I'm not even sure to explain this in a technology way, but it was basically saying, and I'm not sure the exact words of how they were like phrasing it, but it's like, like in a human reference, they're like, oh, they got this junk DNA, and like it doesn't really do anything or whatever. But basically, it was saying, from my interpretation, it's basically like there's like programs or whatever, hardware, software, there's stuff like that on it or with the robots. And even once those other stuff are like gone, it's still kind of sort of there. And so it was saying that at some point the robots will, like, they have to, like, they kind of sort of develop a being, a soul, a free will, like behavior. I think behavior was the word. He was like, they develop something, and this is because of that older or whatever type of whatever. I forget what. Yeah, but it's called a ghost of the robot ghost or whatever. That's what they call it, like ghost. That's one main thing to pick up. So he said run last program. That's what the audio is like talking or doing or whatever. And then he's like reading a book, and then he sees a picture, and I think the picture is the girl. I forget her name, but she's the girl that's like she does robotics, and she's supposed to make the robot seem a little bit more human. So um, I think it's a picture of her and Dr. Lanning, and from there, but he takes the picture, and then like a cat comes, and he was like, "Ugh, listen, you know what I'm saying? He said something to the cat. Um, and then, so while this is happening, so while the whole program was a little running or whatever, talking about the little ghost of the robot and the cat popping up and him taking a picture, then the demolition robot, oh, so while he's sitting there, laying there, like it's like this blue strip of light, but that little blue strip laser light thing is supposed to be like a camera. And so he notices it, and then that sets something off, that trips something, and then the demolition robot that's outside, the program was set to, it was a demolition program set to run at 8 a.m. in the morning the next day, but it switched from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then once it saw that he was in the room, and so then the robot gets up and it starts smashing up the house. So then it's a couple minutes of him like running through the house, cause like he's like standing next. So he grabs the picture. The only thing he takes is the picture, and then from Dr. Lanning's desk, and then he looks down at the cat. And he's like, "Listen, man, we can't do this. You're a cat. I'm black, you know, and I ain't really trying to do this and third." He says a little something to the cat, and then like the robot smashed the window. The whole robot claw like smashed the window, whatever. So he picks up the cat. He starts running, running through the house, and then he jumps out and he jumps into the water. Like so, the cat gets wet. Actually, he jumps out and jumps into the water. The cat gets wet, and then he gets to the lady house. I still don't know her name. The shrink, the psychiatrist lady, and he gets to wherever she lives, and so he says, you like cats? She was like, no, I'm allergic. She's like, why? Why you asking me about cats? He was like, because I have one in my trunk and he's homeless. So I was just like, you like cats, whatever. Um, and then he notices like the robot, she has an NS5. She has her own personal NS5. Her own personal NS5. So like these are like things kind of sort of like talk about, because it's like she has her own personal NS5 robot, you know, relationship. Because, you know, she was like, we were just watching TV. She says we, inclusive. She's like, we were just watching TV. Her and her robot were watching TV. And so she says that, she says, hey, we were just watching TV, whatever. He's like, I'm not talking around that thing. So these are other things of like, you know, talking or being around your phone, you know, with the whole, for it to ever, you know, I think what they got, Hey Google, or, you know, with the thing for iPhone and Siri and shit. So it has to be kind of sort of always listening, right? And so he was like, I'm not talking around that thing. So like those are things like, I'm not going to, well, it could be had conversations that have had to possibly have happened around, like, some people have probably already had these conversations. Just like, okay, yeah, either not talking, like, 'cause you remember, like, if you want to have these, figure somebody's talking about, if you want to have these type of appliances available in your home, that's the thing. And you want to have these appliances available in your home. And so, like, I forget, like, there's a type of compliance, but it's like a willful compliance. Like, I want what's the convenience? I want this convenience. So in order to have this convenience of, hey, Google, tell me the flights for this or that, and like those type of things, be able to just be able to talk and say that and do that, for it to look certain stuff up. I'm just saying all those, like, it comes with certain things, just agreements and this and the third. So he's like, I'm not talking around that thing. So move to the other part, and she was like, well, right now it's not doing anything. It's downloading its programs or whatever. It's downloading its programs. They weren't just watching TV, and it's downloading its program. So it's like kind of sort of like, it's supposed to be like kind of sort of offline or whatever. So they're talking, and then they get into like, you know, back to their disagreements of, she was like, you know, that can't possibly be. That can't possibly be, you know, because he was like, she was like, robots aren't trying to out here hurting people. And she was like, I don't know where you get this mistrust from. He was like, oh, well, one pointed a gun at me, and then one destroyed a whole house while I was in it. And so basically he tells her like, yeah, whatever the surveillance program that was in, uh, the surveillance program that was in the USR, the robotics company, was at the guy's house, Dr. Laney's house, because he was like, you remember that cot? Do you remember the cot that was in his whatchamacallit? She was like, he's like, I went to the house. It looked like he ain't been there in a long time. You know what I'm saying? So he's alleging that, okay, possibly he was like sleeping at the place. That was one. And he was like, maybe somebody was like monitoring him. Like, he said the surveillance thing was there. Maybe he was scared and somebody was monitoring him about whatever. So she was like, okay, well, what's the motivation for this or that? And he was like, money. Is money. Like, how much money is tied up in all these robots? So, of course, he's like, that's the motivation. That's what's going on. So he says that. And then I think that was the premise or basis of whatever. And, because then he was like, okay, you, what does he say to her? I forget how he kind of like ends it or whatever, but it's just like, because she's on this whole thing of like, you can't do this and then the third, and he was like, he calls her the dumbest smart person, and she says you're the dumbest dumb person, and so that they both know or whatever. He was like, maybe that's why you liked it, because it's cold and heartless and no emotion, and then she was like, it's safe and da-da-da, boo, boo. And you don't care about Dr. Lanning's whatever. And he's like, maybe I do. He's like, I do care. And then he puts the picture on the whatchamacallit, and she's like, she has to act all emotion, act emotional or whatever. She's like, she looks at the picture though. So he puts the picture on the, put your picture on my mirror. She put the picture on the desk. And I think it's supposed to be her. I think it's like a younger version of her and Dr. Lanning or something like that. I don't know. And then he walks out. So that is at the 46 minutes. That's what just happened. He went to the house. All he got was the picture, and he heard the little thing about the ghost thing. I was like, that's it? Like, no more? Because that's basically like, that happens like really. I was just kind of like, I don't know. It was just, he kind of like, he didn't know what to look for, so he just walks upstairs, and all he got was the picture from this whole little thing. And then Dr. Lanning's house got destroyed, so you would have thought it was like some more important things there or something. So that was after 46 minutes.